Hello and welcome to the second episode of your new favourite show, NerdEyed, from the lovely folks at SquareEyed.tv and following the Nerd.com. Each week, we aim to walk you through the biggest news and reviews of what's biggest in the world of nerd. I'm your host, Marc, and with me this week in the studio is SquareEyed's finest, Matt and Phil. So tune in, chill out, and don't forget to hit the all-important subscribe button and also get your voice heard in the comments section below. On this week's show, it's arguably Marvel's biggest outing yet, as Iron Man and Captain America go head-to-head in Captain America Civil War, but does it hold up? Without further ado, let's talk nerd and get straight into the week's biggest news. Alright guys, what about yous?
What's happening?
How's things?
Yeah, not too bad.
Huddle up, get cozy, get cozy. Right, okay, let's go straight into it. Last week we talked about Game of Thrones, which was back, season 6.
Yep.
This week we've just had episode 2.
Yep.
Big reveal at the end. We all kind of knew it was coming.
Spoilers for
yes.
people who haven't seen it yet.
We are going to be spoilerific in this, and that goes the same with Captain America as well. If you haven't seen it, feel free to listen, but don't blame us.
Yep.
Okay, now, Kit Harington, who plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, has apologised to lying to his fans. Now, Matt, you're the Game of Thrones nerd. What's the crack?
What is the crack?
What is the crack? I mean, with Game of Thrones, I'm not asking you how you are.
Everyone knew that Kit Harington was acting as much off the screen as he was on it. He had the lie for the last year, which is pretty admirable, to be fair. He's kept up the poker face, Jon Snow is dead and staying dead. Anytime he was asked about it in a chat show or anything like that, I thought it was a nice wee touch that he gave a video interview to Entertainment Weekly and sort of just sort of got things straight now that it had actually happened. I quite liked it. Okay. I loved the episode, and I quite like that he did that. Yeah,
because last week we felt that the first episode kind of dragged his heels a wee bit. Phil, you didn't even watch this one, you Philistine.
I'm done.
You're a mess.
I genuinely feel the only reason I watched the first episode was to chat about it with you.
It's because of you guys. He can't be rocking that beard and not watch Game of Thrones.
I am not on speaking terms with him right now.
I hear through the whispers of people who tell me what happens in TV shows I don't watch.
Through the ether.
I hear that the exact same things that I have the problems with Game of Thrones with happen again in this episode with certain characters they killed off and the shock values, and it's...
Hang on, I remember you liking one of the shock values last week when the prince got the spear through his face.
Yeah. Well,
clearly not enough to bring him back
for
another
episode.
There's
a thin line between a spear through the face and the dingo ate me baby.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, so we're not going to talk about Game of Thrones this week too much, but I think I definitely felt this episode was a heck of a lot better.
Yeah.
I was slightly worried last week, but this episode was just flat out.
It was brutal. There was a better pace to it. There was a dark tone. The storytelling was better. Very solid writing. We had so many great scenes. We had a couple of really great deaths, like the mountain cracking your man's skull off the sort of
that was brutal, wasn't it?
Drunken boaster guy that was, and the giant from the Wildlings just picking up the guy from the Night's Watch and just cracking him against the wall.
I love the bit where he killed the guy against the wall, because he was having a whiz against the wall, and he turned around. You could hear it hitting his armor. You'd hear it on metal.
It had a few funny moments. Had a few shocking moments. I think this was the episode that the whole who's more evil between Ramsay and Joffrey debate can be settled, because what Ramsay did in this episode, my God, that even surpassed anything he'd done before. And of course we had the big Jon Snow resurrection at the end, so it was, in the grand scheme of Game of Thrones, it's right up there with one of the biggest episodes that's happened.
Do we forgive Kit Harington?
Oh yeah, I forgive him.
Alright, so it turns out Jon Snow didn't know nothing after all.
He doesn't even know how to die.
Yeah. Okay, other news. I don't know if you guys watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Agent Carter, but it looks like Agent Carter Season 3 is probably not going to happen. And Most Wanted, which was the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spin-off starring Mockingbird and Hunter, it looks like it could be in trouble too.
It's a shame. Agent Carter, it's quirky.
Yeah.
It's got a nice feel to it. It's better, I think, than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I think it's so niche a character and has such a niche audience.
I think so,
as well.
But I think the Marvel Universe is going to miss Hayley Atwell. I adore Hayley Atwell. She's so good on every level.
She's a very good actress.
Now, Phil, I think this is going to ring a wee bit true with me and you than this young'un here beside us. But Mask, Mobile Armoured Strike Command, IDW. who are the king of bringing back brilliant 80s properties, are releasing a comic series based on Mask. This is great.
Fantastic, yeah.
And brilliant timing as well, because Mask is going to be one of the forerunners of the Hasbro shared cinematic universe. So this is very good timing.
Have you seen the writing talent that's going into this Hasbro shared universe stuff?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it is the best of blockbuster Hollywood writing. So yeah, perfect time for it. IDW always nail it whenever it comes to the 80 revivalist stuff. So
I just find it hilarious that you were showing me the writers' room thing on that universe yesterday. I just find it quite funny that the Oscar-winning writer from Birdman is going to be writing something to do with Transformers.
Doing a Transformers. Yeah, but I think that's class. I
think that's them. It's showing how seriously they're now going to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even the greatest writers will struggle immensely with making another Transformers movie worth watching.
Says the child of the 90s. Right. Jon Favreau has done a bit of a turnaround and said that he would direct another Marvel movie as long as it was a good enough story. I think this might be because Robert Downey Jr. said last week that he would be interested in doing Iron Man 4. Yeah,
they may have a behind-the-scenes gentleman's agreement. They're both going to do
if he comes back for Iron Man Favreau.
Now,
we're assuming that this means he'll direct and not just come back as, isn't it Happy a character?
Yeah.
Zombieland 2 could film this summer.
Great.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah. It's strange because we don't know. Like it's just what it's casting news websites have reported it.
Yeah.
We don't know if the original cast is coming back.
I think Lex Luthor will be back though, won't he? I mean, he seemed very keen on doing it, and Woody Harrelson, I think, would come back. So, could we? I mean, Zombieland is such a good movie.
It's a lot of fun.
It's such a good movie.
It was such a surprise. I thought.
Yeah.
It genuinely just came out of nowhere at you.
Right, sort of big news as well this week. Director Seth GrahameSmith has left DC's The Flash. There was also talk that James Wan was going to walk from Aquaman because of the pressure, although he has tweeted an image of himself standing beside a big poster of Aquaman, which seemed to be his way of saying that he's not going anywhere. And Mad Max Fury Road's George Miller is rumoured for Green Lantern Corps.
I think the James Wan Aquaman tweet, we had such a big long debate about it where, well, it's him and he's like leaning against Aquaman, that's cool. Or it could be taken as he's leaning with his back to Aquaman, he's turning his back, he's leaving. It's so cryptic.
It's how casual he is. He's leaning against it. That's his way of saying, relax, I'm good. And his next tweet was, you guys are breaking my heart here because I'm working on The Conjuring at the minute. I don't think he's going anywhere. I
think he was deep underground with The Conjuring too.
And people were saying whatever they wanted about him, and it was just sliding past.
There's obviously a lot of pressure, but it was a great touch from him to sort of debunk the rumours in such a casual manner.
It was such a cool way to do it. It's so classy.
It's not like, releasing an official statement or anything like that. It's just him saying, relax, I'm not going anywhere.
Like, here I am, chilling, send a text message with my man Aquaman.
And, a picture's worth 1,000 words.
I think. Because I saw that on Twitter, I was just like, thank God. Because I really want to see what he does with Aquaman.
I mean, even GrahameSmith leaving The Flash, it's not really a big deal. I mean, superhero movies, especially ones that are coming out in 2 or 3 years' time, always lose directors. I mean, Wonder Woman, Ant-Man, Thor, The Dark World, they all lost directors. They all turn out to be fine. Well, they all get made anyway. I think, no discredit to GrahameSmith, it might be a good thing that he's not directing this. He hasn't directed anything before, and some of his writing credits are a bit sketchy to say the least.
And you know what, right, here's the thing as well, with the Flash TV series doing everything so right, they need somebody who's going to come in here and take it up another level. Because we have the TV series, it's great. Alicia Vikander is the new Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Kind of a swerveball, wasn't it? But welcome.
Yes, please.
Welcome.
She's a great actress. She's won an Oscar. She had a brilliant year, breakthrough year last year. I don't
she's
think
Born as well, isn't she? Coming up?
She's coming up in Born. She's married to Michael Fassbender. Her life's going pretty well.
Is she married to Michael Fassbender?
I think she's involved with him at least.
She's also entangled.
So she'll be in the new X-Men then as well.
I think. Yeah, I don't think Daisy Ridley was ever really in the running, and once there was a chance to get Alicia Vikander, I think it was always going to be her. So yeah, great choice.
I think you can see why with the Daisy Ridley rumours. You can kind of get that, but like this, especially if you compare it to the rebooted Tomb Raider games.
Yeah,
Alicia Vikander is perfect for that kind of like grittier, edgier take on it.
Okay, Mads Mikkelsen has accidentally revealed his Rogue One role in an interview. I love this. You know, it was his. Oh, I've said too much.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was quite funny actually. He did the interview. He sort of knew immediately that he had said too much, especially for a Star Wars movie. And then in a follow-up interview, he actually said, "Yeah, that's me. Whenever a couple of pints in me, I'll just blab all night." So
I love this.
Basically,
I really want to see like the video or whatever it is, just seeing his wide-eyed. Oh no.
Yeah, where he mouths the word. And you know what, I really respected the interviewer as well, because she was like, right, we're on to something here. Is Darth Vader in this movie?
Yeah.
Tell us more, Mads. Now that you're drunk.
He just about stopped at that point.
Yeah. Right, other news. I don't know if you guys are interested in this, but for me it's big, and for a lot of people out there it's big as well. The Dark Tower, Stephen King's Dark Tower adaptation. Images have gone online officially from the set that seem to reveal that the first movie, is going to start with the 5th book, Wolves of the Calla. Now, as a big fan of the series, I don't see why they would wait that far into the story to start, but I'm guessing what they're going to do is they're going to introduce, because at that point in the story you have all your characters, I think they're going to introduce them all, and then in backstory they're going to tell everything that came before that. So it kind of makes sense in this, but it's, as a Dark Tower fan, while I have problems with this movie so far, it was really exciting to see things that I've been reading for 25 years alive and well on the screen. It was really cool. So I'm excited about that. Right, now, big story this week, the Batman Standalone. Now, these are rumours, but I think we're going to find that in the outcome there's going to be something to this. The Batman Standalone movie, 2 stories this week. One is that DC are apparently quite happy to give full control to Ben Affleck, and have him backed up by Jeff Johns, who's like one of the lead writers of DC. He's he's overseeing the DC movie universe. And also that while the movie was rumoured to focus on Red Hood, it looks like it's going to feature maybe the whole or a large part of Batman's rogues gallery. Because apparently Johns has said he wants to make the definitive Batman movie. This is exciting. Big words. They
use words like definitive and ultimate. I mean, the rumours are that it won't be focusing on Red Hood, which everyone probably initially thought. But this is an exciting rumour. This is really exciting.
Whenever you think on comic book villains, there's no collective quite like Batman's Rogue Gallery.
Nobody can argue that Batman's Rogue Gallery is the best gallery of villains in comic book.
You have so much to choose from, and there's nothing stopping them from using villains that have been used before, but they also have countless villains that haven't been in a movie. I mean, Gotham, its second season, is using a lot of villains right now. I would love to see
so much better for it.
I would love to see something in. I mean, I think it's becoming pretty obvious that they're trying to prep another trilogy here for Affleck. But even if the first movie were to feature 4 or 5 villains, and just maybe like one scene where he offs Penguin and he takes on Bane, just off them all.
But the thing about Batman as well is that more so than a lot of comic books as well, is because he has Blackgate Prison and he has Arkham Asylum. All he has to do is visit those 2 places, and you can have it full of really cool characters, just in the background or shouting out of cells and all that kind of stuff. Now, what I think though, Phil, because I know you're a big comic fan as well, I think that if this is true, and given the Red Hood rumours, I think we could see a comic adaptation of Hush.
Hush would be a really interesting place to jump on, especially with what we've had hinted at so far with the Robin suit. There's a little bit in Hush, and we won't spoil it because it's it's one of those stories you just have to read. But there's a little thing that connects into that, and it's so beautifully done. And then it pans out further into Red Hood and beyond, and it's
And if you think about the 20 years in Gotham, how many men have remained good, that kind of ties into who Hush is in the comics as well. You could apply that there. I think although I'd love to see it being a Long Halloween. But given the Red Hood connection,
or Arkham Asylum, a serious place on serious earth, just that would be absolutely fantastic. Do it like the Raid. Do it like Batman is locked in Arkham. Survive the night.
Don't take the suit off the whole time. It's just Affleck as Batman beating up bad guys for 2 hours. I'm okay with that.
I think it's important that they do that, because the origin story has been done to death. We know Batman as a character so well. Why not just have a 2-hour movie that is him kicking ass?
I think that's what they're going to do. I do think that's what they're going to do.
I think they have a pretty good vision for this. There's no need to get bogged down in origins and all that. Nobody's going to want to see that again. It's really exciting stuff. It really is.
Given the whole idea that Affleck may have complete creative control over this. He's going to write, direct, and star.
Yeah.
I think that's probably on the money. I think that's spot on.
It's like Christopher Nolan and Goyer with Batman Begins. It's like
Goyer.
I know Goyer now, but when Nolan came into Warner Bros. To do Batman Begins, Goyer was his guide, and the two of them were a great productive partnership, and I can see this developing between Affleck and Johns, and it's all good.
I think we'll have to just say as well, are we still worried about the DC universe? I know Batman v Superman has divided a lot of people, and a lot of people weren't happy with it and everything else. I'm not worried about the DC universe. I still think there's a lot of good stuff coming up, and it can claw back whatever ground is lost with Batman v Superman.
The question is, what do you do next? Because Marvel themselves had that rough spell.
Yep.
You know, after the Avengers came out, they were riding high. But then Iron Man 2, not a lot of people
and Hulk.
enjoyed that.
Like at that point, nobody thought Marvel was going to own.
You know, like it's like Iron Man 2 was a letdown. Thor 2 was a really massive letdown. But I think it took that for them to reevaluate. And then the next things were like it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
You know, it was Winter Soldier. It was the knockout hits. But they had to learn from that. I think DC have now had to learn from the word go.
Do you think if Suicide Squad is the success that we think it's going to be, because we've loved everything, I haven't said that we loved everything we saw about Batman v Superman, but do you think if it's the movie that we hope it's going to be, people's faith will be instantly restored?
There's a lot of pressure on Suicide Squad, but I do have faith that it will deliver. I don't think it'll be like the greatest superhero movie of all, or comic book movie of all time, but it will be pretty damn great. And then they've got Wonder Woman coming. I think it's Justice League that everyone needs to be worried about, because Zack Snyder is still there.
But we're hearing that Snyder and Warner's are very much locking horns now.
Yeah, butting heads over what direction to take, and you know, with GrahameSmith leaving Flash, there obviously is quite a lot of pressure coming from, you know, a very high level at Warner Bros. It'll be interesting to see if Snyder directs Justice League Part 2. I know they're supposed to be shooting
back to back.
But overall, no. I mean, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, they have a lot of great things coming up in their slate.
Okay, now other news. Hannibal. Mads Mikkelsen again has been talking about Hannibal.
He's had a few more pints in him.
He's drinking again.
It's very much.
Screw you guys, I'm making another Hannibal series. I'll finance it myself.
Next week on NerdEyed, Mads Mikkelsen live from the pub. But yeah, so he's been talking again about Hannibal, and I mean, a lot of people. I don't know. Did you guys watch Hannibal?
Yes,
I watched the first 6 episodes.
Okay, right. You're as bad as
stopped.
Hannibal was absolutely amazing. It was so good. And then it ended. It got cancelled at the end of season 3. The next season was set to be Silence of the Lambs, which was really disappointing because there was a whole legal tie-up. They couldn't get the name of Clarice Starling and blah blah blah. But Mikkelsen has said that they had most of that tied up. They got it sorted. They were confident, but now he's kind of hinting that in a few years from now we may see Silence of the Lambs again, which in story would work because he is an older Hannibal at that stage and more time has passed and everything else. I think this would be good. Hannibal is one TV show that would be worth waiting a few years to come back.
But there's no point in getting your hopes up because Brian Fuller is doing Star Trek and he's doing American Gods.
He's such a busy
If
man,
they're
isn't
gonna
he?
do a 4th season of Hannibal, it won't be him.
But American Gods can only really last for a season or 2. Let's be honest.
But really even with if Star Trek takes off,
I think he'd be hands on. I don't think he'd be too hands on with Star Trek. I really don't.
I can imagine with American Gods they'll do that sort of thing like Breaking Bad. They knew it had a shelf life.
Yeah,
they weren't pushing it more and more. It wasn't like Game of Thrones. It's like we will milk this for as long as we can.
Yeah,
I think American Gods will have a very set.
I think so. I think 2 seasons maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd like to see 3 or 4. Just see what they do with it. But
what I'm saying is it has a shelf life. He'd not be tied up enough for the next 10 years. He'll get it out there. He'll get it finished, and then he could well come back and do a couple of TV seasons, maybe even a movie. There was talk of a movie. We could see it again. Carl Urban last week challenged Netflix and Amazon to get the finger out and make a Dredd TV series, and then a couple of days later he said the talks are happening. Although he hasn't really said with who.
He has also said conversations are happening about 30 different times.
I know he has. You gotta love him. This is why I love Carl Urban though.
Knocking at your door.
He's great.
Looking for a fight.
Yeah,
he clearly
wants it. He wants it.
He does, and he wants the Dredd TV series. Well, right. Okay. And the final bit of news: we knew this was coming. We weren't at all surprised, but Netflix confirmed late last week, that the Punisher TV show is getting made. it's going to happen. We don't know if it's going to be part of the Defenders, if it's going to come after the Defenders, it's going to be part of their Phase 2. We don't know, but we do know it's going to happen. Anybody surprised?
No, not at all. My guess is it'll be the first show we get of Phase 2.
You think so?
That's what
Okay.
we're calling it, yeah.
Right.
And it's the perfect... It makes perfect sense to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if in a few weeks they say, and the one after that, it's going to be Elektra.
Okay, you think? All right.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Just with where they've left it with Daredevil, they were obviously the two perfect choices for it. And, yeah, just make it... absolutely daft. Make
Punisher.
it over the top. Make
Punisher,
it violent.
Okay.
Yeah, make it Punisher Max. Make it Garth Ennis's run on Punisher.
Where he's punching polar bears and
Punching polar bears, throwing
cutting legs and
landmines
arms off
guys.
old women. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, okay.
Just like do that.
Yeah, okay.
I dare you.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, John Bernthal's going to come back, and I think everybody. It was like Affleck's Batman and Batman v Superman. The one thing everybody loved about Punisher, unquestionably, was but Daredevil season 2 was Punisher. So I think this is pretty good news.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now the big news of the week. We have all seen it. We hinted at it last week. Captain America: Civil War.
Yes.
We
were not on the money with our
This is, before we start, we should say this is a full spoiler review.
Yes.
We're about to do, so if you haven't seen it, do not listen any further. We are going full spoilers. If you haven't seen it, you need to go out and see it. The review is starting now, and it's spoilerific.
And Marvel's check is in the post to Matt very soon. Right, so we made some predictions last week.
Yes.
About what was going to happen. And our top 3 predictions were, okay? Spoilers, folks, okay? The first big prediction.
First big prediction was Captain America dying.
Yeah.
He's very much alive.
Yes, our survey says...
In fact, everyone's very much alive.
Yeah.
Didn't we say if it wasn't him, it would be like Bucky or it'd be someone...
Yeah, but nobody dies.
No, Bucky's
nobody
frozen.
dies.
That doesn't really count.
No, War Machine, his legs are banjacks, but he's okay.
He's fine.
So
He's got
he's fine.
a new robot
He can't
backbone
walk.
or whatever.
Yeah. The other big prediction was that we would see Doctor Strange, even maybe just in one of the post-credit scenes.
Yeah, no sign of him.
That didn't happen.
I was looking out for wee hints and stuff. Nothing that I caught, but,
no.
like maybe.
Okay, now we're taking the third one as a win.
Yes,
even though we'd kind of been told it was going to happen,
the
but
internet
we're
said
taking
it was in there, but you know,
Giant Man.
Like my mum doesn't read internet spoilers, so
Yeah.
I guess that like
but she was like, Giant Man's definitely in this movie.
My son said that he was in it.
So we're taking Giant Man as a win.
It's a win.
All right, now we've all seen it. I've actually seen it twice. I ended up seeing it twice.
You've seen it twice already?
Yeah, because I took my family to see it the next day.
Yeah, chancer.
Okay.
It deserves a second watch.
Yeah, it does.
Third watch. It's fun. It is the perfect popcorn film.
It is.
You know, as weighed down as Batman v Superman was with being edgier, being darker, you know, this is what Marvel does.
Yeah.
This was another definition of, you like Marvel movies? Here's Marvel movies. And there was some genuine surprises in there as well, which I liked.
There was, you know what, let's start with you, Phil, because you were the one last week
who
was rocking back and forth and bouncing around like a child. I
was rocking back and forth and bouncing like a child the whole time I was watching it.
I don't doubt it.
It was so fun. I was genuinely invested in everything. It was nice that we picked up after Age of Ultron and like still connected with Winter Soldier, just like trying to tie up everything that's been left over from that. The introduction of Black Panther, perfect. It means we don't need the Black Panther origin story now.
Yeah, because he says in one line about my father, you know, it's been around for generations and blah blah blah. Yeah, so I think I agree with that.
Spider-Man's introduction, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
He is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Tom Holland has nailed it.
Yeah.
The action's fantastic. The airport fight scene is probably the best comic book movie fight scene we've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't.
Is that fair?
Yeah, I can't think of any that betters it.
Yeah, and I really liked what they did with Zemo. Very different as comic incarnation, but believable, I thought. I liked his motivation. Like, giving him genuine motivation is something that Marvel have had a habit of not doing with their villains in the past. But I like that. I like the swerve of, he wants a Winter Soldier army. Swerve, he wants to kill them.
Yeah.
He wants to be done with superheroes. That was very nice. And yeah, conclusion is pretty much where I thought we were going to leave it. Like,
Except Cap's alive.
Except Cap's alive. We're all friends again. The Avengers are still together.
Yeah. But that's not what happened, though. That's very much not what happened. Do you think so?
No, they're back together. You know, like I think they've gone rogue. You know, it'll be underground Avengers.
Right. Okay.
I think is what they were getting at, because like Cap arrives in
the Supermax prison
and like in the raft, and he's like, "You want to get out?"
But that's what I mean. I don't think they're sort of going to be not part of the Avengers now. They're going to be sort of the continuity Avengers, and they're going to be out there.
I think it's deliberately left it really ambiguous.
Yeah.
I didn't like the ending, but yeah, I mean, when you're coming to me, I will. Let's come to me now.
Let's go to you.
Well, hold on, before we do.
Yes.
Is there anything you didn't like about it?
Anything I didn't like? No, it was great. I would rank it in my top 3 MCU films with Guardians of the Galaxy and Winter Soldier.
Okay, I still think Winter Soldier's a better movie, though.
Overall, maybe. I think that Civil War's more fun. And I know there's a lot of criticisms come out about like the slow start, and there's a lot of talking at times. I watched Winter Soldier again at the weekend there. It is heavy on the dialogue as well. Maybe it's handled better because there's less. You know, there's so much you have to fit into Civil War.
Yeah.
Maybe Winter Soldier, with it being so grounded, maybe that helps it. But no, I would say they're definitely on par with each other. Okay. But maybe it needs a few more watches.
Right, stop looking at me. You're freaking me out. Go on, talk. What did you think of it?
I thought it was great, but I didn't think it was as great as Phil thinks it is. I don't think it was.
Nobody thought it was as great.
No, but I don't.
Except Kevin Smith. Apparently, who knew?
I don't think it was. We put out a video ages ago on SquareEyed on our YouTube channel about it potentially being Marvel's masterpiece. Mm-hmm. I think it just fell short of being that.
Okay.
Mainly because of the ending. They copped out with the ending.
Yeah.
I think it was the right time with launching Phase 3. It was the right time to really set off an emotional time bomb, and the way to do that is kill a major character. Yep. And they should have killed either Cap or Bucky or Iron Man, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Probably Cap. Everyone was maybe predicting it was going to be him. I think it should have been Bucky, mainly because I'm starting to get a bit tired of him as a character. Like, I still don't really like that Captain America's justification is still, he's my friend.
Yeah, I mean,
it is really, you know, just at times when I was watching, as much as I loved it, just at times the dynamic between Cap and Bucky, I was just like, come on.
I know,
like,
I agree.
You know,
I think a big spoiler here, but when Tony Stark says to Captain America, he killed my mum.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. That is it. Like, he killed my mum.
Such a moment. Like, it's
the
way that Robert Downey Jr. delivers that line.
Yeah, but for Cap to go, but he's my friend. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He killed. I know he was programmed and everything else, but he killed his mother. And Cap knew.
Yeah.
And the Winter Soldier knew.
Yeah.
And everybody knew. But I think that's the end of the argument.
I think the ending was disappointing. As Phil said, Tom Holland established himself as the greatest Spider-Man there's been within about 2 minutes of being on the screen.
Yeah.
He really was that. He was that good as Peter Parker, but he was that great
as
in the
Spidey.
airport scene.
I love
as
that
Spidey.
was the introduction as well. I love that we got him as Peter Parker first.
Yeah.
And you need to find out about this kid.
Yeah.
You're figuring him out.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
I thought as well, Zemo, not an amazing villain, but then again, this movie was never going to be about the villain. I thought,
as Phil, of the trailers.
I thought, as Phil said, his motivations were clear. It was a good performance. He's a decent character. He's obviously going to appear in more MCU movies.
Yep.
I don't think.
Which I predicted.
Yeah,
I got that right.
They are setting him up. Overall, I thought it was. I really was thinking I was going to give it 9.5 out of 10, but I would give it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ending, I really thought they did cop out with the end. I know I said it. They did need to kill someone off to really hit home at the end. But the action scenes were absolutely amazing. Like we talked last week about how the John Wick directors were brought in, and it just seemed like everything came together brilliantly. The airport scene was just an absolute gas from beginning to end. It really was brilliant.
Yeah.
The action was the real high point.
To me, the big surprise in it was how funny it was in places.
Yeah.
Because there was a few scenes in it that you genuinely laugh out loud at.
Yeah.
Like, there's, where that is so funny. And I seen it twice, and both times I still laughed at the same places. And again, you're saying about it being, it's a family movie. My kids were laughing at points, and my wife was laughing, and everybody just thought it was really good. Again, but I don't love it quite as much as you guys do. I think it drags. I think it does drag, and I think it is slightly messy in places. But when it's good, it's outstandingly good.
Yeah.
And I will say that the airport scene particularly may actually be my favourite action scene of all time.
Yeah.
Because not just in a Marvel movie, maybe of all time.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't miss a beat. And it is everything. Like, if we sat down right now and this movie didn't exist, and you're like, right, okay, you've got Vision, you've got Scarlet Witch, you've got Ant-Man, Spider-Man. Yeah. Tell me what you'd like to see if they were all fighting. Yeah. It's all in there.
Yeah,
it is everything it's all in there. That you did with your toys when you were a kid.
Exactly.
It was all of that.
That's exactly what it is.
And they all contributed very well to the action scene itself, because the whole Vision Scarlet Witch thing in the movie was, again, not one of my favourite parts of it. But even some of
but it was a nice throwback to the comics.
Yep.
Yeah. It was I like where that's going. Important to the comics.
And we're doing that slow. It's a slow burn of a relationship building.
And that line where he says, "I was distracted," and Stark says, "I didn't think that was possible." And he said, "No, neither did I." Yeah. That sums everything up that you need to know about those characters, which is very good. But also, I do know what you're saying.
What about Vision's outfits?
Yeah, he rocks that shirt and jumper combo.
Little open collar action too.
Yeah, I actually noticed as well. I don't know if they were more effective in the trailers, but certainly some of the money shots in the trailers were edited or reshot. I Want to Punch You in Your Perfect Teeth.
Yep, that was
different.
So was even the he was my friend, so was I. That's different.
There were 2 or 3 other ones in
the
there.
The lineups, the 2 lineups at the airport. Yep, Spidey, it's not just that he's filmed in a certain angle. He's definitely not in the scene. So they've obviously filmed it for the trailers and filmed it for, which is fair enough. A lot of people are doing that now. It's it is a nice idea. But overall, I really did enjoy it. I thought the first 45 minutes dragged a little bit, but not excruciatingly so. Like, I was never tapping the chair going, come on.
Because it has that really cool action scene at the start.
It does, It
just ties together crossbones and stuff.
Let's talk about that briefly. Big spoiler, they kill Crossbones.
Yeah, I was annoyed at that.
Yeah, so was I. And even people I know that don't read a lot of comics were like, why the hell? Because in the Civil War story, he's the guy that plugs Cap.
Yeah. I think that it's another wasted opportunity, because I've always said it, I love the villains.
Yeah.
The villains is what I love about a good story, and whenever they're not on par, chances are I'll be the first to complain about it. But yeah, I think especially to know that they'd set him up in Winter Soldier
so well.
Yeah, and just so ready to bring him back, and he seems like a guy who's just like really, really up for it.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they killed him, to be honest with you. I was very surprised that they'd done that. I guess that's their way of going, this isn't Civil War, this is our Civil War.
I was thinking that maybe, like, as I was building to him being killed, it was like, maybe this is going to be the incident, like maybe this is going to be what knocks the Sokovia Accords into effect.
Yeah.
But no.
But kind of like in Batman v Superman, where Superman killed the guys at the start, and that's what kicked it all up again. Yeah. That was a big problem with me. I thought the whole motivation behind the thing didn't work.
Maybe
I didn't
that should have been enough. Maybe they should have had a fight break out in that Senate hearing or whatever it is, the UN meeting or whatever, between Cap and Crossbones, and that's whenever he sets the grenade off, and that kills
the dad.
Yeah,
T'Chaka. Yeah. Right, overall, out of 10. Phil.
I've already given that.
You've jumped the gun. I will give it a very, 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 very positive 9.5.
What did you give it?
8. I'm sticking with that.
I would go with 7, but for the action scene, I think it knocks it up to an 8, because the action scene was just a delight.
You will see it again.
Yeah, I would go back again just to watch it for that scene.
I honestly watch it a second and third time.
My brother works in the cinema, and he was like, he's going in every show and checking and screen checking that scene, and I would pay again just to see that scene. Right, okay, so I think that's pretty much us. Next week on the show, we're going to talk about Ghostbusters.
Controversial.
Very controversial.
Controversial movie.
Yeah.
Probably the most heavily edited podcast that we'll have.
I want to. I think this is probably. I mean, right now it's all going on with Ghostbusters after the trailer hit, so I think we have a lot to talk about, especially in connection to the old movies, where the new movies are going, what we think it means for fandom, everything. I want to get into this next week. I think this is going to be a really big thing that we need to talk about before the movie comes out in July. Right, okay, now for all the latest news and reviews, check us out at SquareEyed.tv and followingthenerd.com. Subscribe right now to this channel. Let us know in the comments what you think. If there's anything that you'd like us to talk about next week, let us know. Until next week, I have been your host, Mark. Guys, once again, thank you very much. For Square Eyed's Matt and Phil.
Cheers.
Okay, guys, until next week, stay nerdy.